In this episode, our new strange looking catamaran dinghy. Is it a drama or a winner? We will test it out in a very scenic destination and give our opinion on the Takacat 260 LX dinghy.
But first, this is me, Kim. There is Bart, and here is Liz, our little explorer. We sold everything to explore these beautiful places with our tiny 33-foot sailboat, Tranquility.
We have ordered the Takacat from New Zealand. It got delivered to us in Tahiti, which arrived here within a week. Because the Takacat is packed in 2 bags, we could fit them quite easy in our rental car. Let's get back to the marina where we will inflate her.
It is a very special dinghy, so I can't wait to test it out.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
The Takacat 260 is a catamaran inflatable dinghy, so completely new for us. And we are looking forward to try it out. We will tow the dinghy to our next destination, Moorea, for a shakedown ride.
This is our new dinghy. As you know, our old dinghy was leaking on multiple places and especially on the seam, and we couldn't get it fixed. So it was pumping every dinghy ride and not reliable anymore, and we bought a new one. And this is completely different than our old one. This is a catamaran dinghy. So it has an open front and an open back. But the benefit is it's really stable. So for me to get on and off works perfectly, and yeah, for Liz it's even easier. And when we go out with the dinghy, to snorkel, you can easily get inside, and you can even lie and look in the water while dinghying. Dinghy klimmen.
The 2 hulls and the lack of a V-bottom makes it a very stable dinghy, which is very practical in our day-to-day cruises life. The open bow is a bit strange, but so far fun for Liz. Nee. Before we ordered the dinghy, we were a bit skeptical about the open bow. We thought this might be a very wet dinghy and a wet ride. So we test it out in a bit of chop. Whoa, a happy surprise. No spray water over the bow. Because the floor is above the water, the waves hit at the bottom. And because there is no big bulky inflated bow, there is no spray coming over, like we had with the old dinghy. But you have to be aware on one thing. If you stop the outboard after full speed and your weight is a bit forward, the nose will dive down and you will scoop loads of water. Nothing serious, but good to be aware of if you have, for example, flip-flops in the boat, because they might flush out. If it happens, the water will drain fast because of the open transom. And if you are aware of this, it is easy to prevent, and it can also be a lot of fun, especially with a little one on board. A very positive point on the open bow is getting on and off while snorkeling. Just look how easy it is to get back into your dinghy. And also because it is a catamaran, the dinghy does not have the same draft as our old dinghy. So we can drift over most of the bommies when the outboard is up. This is the Takacat, and here is an example of a normal similar sized dinghy with a bit more draft. It doesn't matter that much here while snorkeling, but if you go to shore on a wide shallow patch, we do not have to walk through water because we get our dinghy much closer to shore. So as liveaboards...
Welkom Kees meedoen.
So as cruisers, liveaboards, we want to hoist a dinghy on the side of the boat. It's theft prevention, but also a lot of growth prevention. So we had to figure out a way, and on the Takacat there's a stainless frame in the back, so that's strong, and it has some holes for the beach wheels. If you don't use the beach wheels, those little tiny holes are free. We put a shackle on it. We made a bridle on it with a loop. So this is for the back of the boat. And on the front, we also made a bridle. There's 2 D-rings at the bottom and the 2 D-rings on the side. So this is also where we pull the dinghy, and it's a good load distribution on 3 points. The nose is also very light, so these things can handle it. That's no problem. Liz, can you hand me the lines, please? Whoa! Thank you.
This one?
Yes. So first we do the back. Thank you.
You're welcome.
A little nonsense, that's what I need. Now if you wanna get the best of me, got me smiling, that's for sure. Funny how you had the best of love. I don't know if I'll make it home. I don't know.
If you hoist the dinghy on the side, make sure you fix the dinghy with some lines forward and aft and maybe around the dinghy to prevent the dinghy from flying when there's heavy winds, because the Takacat is really light. It's an easy thing to just hoist the Takacat on your own. With the former normal dinghy we had to use 2 person to get the dinghy on deck. That is because it was a little bit more heavy, even though it also was an inflatable. But the Takacat is way lighter, and especially in the nose, he's very light. So I'll just hoist the back. I'll just take the nose. And because the nose is so light and you hoist it high enough so the back end can come over the life lines, it's easy maneuverable on your own. And the good thing is, because it's open, you don't have to flip the dinghy, because if there's water coming over your bow or rainfall, it doesn't fill up the dinghy, it just runs off. So we can actually lay the Takacat normal on deck, so therefore I don't have to flip it around, so it's very easy to do it on your own. Well, the downside to the Takacat in comparison with the old dinghy is that the tubes are bigger, so on the side there's a little bit more volume than with the old one, but on the nose, because it's pointy, it's more shallow, so we have more room to maneuver here on deck. The floor of the Takacat is raised a bit, so for people with very long legs like us, it might be difficult to find a good seating position. But I think we found a very nice one, because the dinghy is very stable, so I can stand and Kim can sit in front with the little inflatable cushion in her back. A resume. The Takacat 260 LX is packed in 2 small bags, which makes it very easy to store and manhandle. It is lighter, it is easier to hoist and therefore easier to manage alone. The Takacat is very stable and you can hop on and off very easy. The Takacat is a real winner when it comes to enter after snorkeling. We never have to bill out water anymore, so no more wet feet, and overall the dinghy is a more dry ride. The Takacat can nosedive when you are not paying attention and you will get a load of water in. As mentioned, this is also a fun factor. The seating can be a little less comfortable because of the raised floor. So, the positive points outweigh the negatives by far, and well, if you really can speak of negative points, we have been using the Takacat intensively for the past 3 months and we are very happy we chose this cool dinghy. If you have any questions regarding the Takacat, please let us know in the comments. Well, this was it. If you have any questions, please let us know, and for now, goodbye and thank you very much for watching. Fair winds to you all.